everyone, and welcome to Sharpness Gaming, and today we're back, finally, it's been a minute, with some more Pokemon VGC 2017 Wayward to Worlds. Now guys, it's been a while, mostly because I did just start a new job, and I've been working overtime every week. I finally had today off, so I was able to get the team ready that I've been wanting to use for quite a while now. As you can see, there are some strange Pokemon on this team, mostly one, and that's Toucannon. So I got an idea to do this team because of a YouTube channel called The Dex did a video on Toucannon, and they talked about using Toucannon in VGC, and I'm like, I kind of want to use Toucannon in VGC, so we're bringing him. He's on a Trick Room team here with Milotic, because there's so many Arcanines, it's just like, why not bring Milotic? Porygon 2, who is not my favorite Trick Room setter, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'll talk about that more in just a little bit here. We got Metagross, we got Alolan Marowak, who I've been wanting to use for so long, and I hope he really does work on this team, and then Hariyama, who's one of my favorite Trick Room Pokemon. Now, Porygon 2, I'm not a fan of, because it can get faked out, and it can get taunted, and it just gets cucked by all those all the time. It's so annoying. I really think Oranguru is so much better, but I wanted to try out a different Trick Room setter for you guys. Even Mimikyu can't get faked out or taunted if you have Mental Herb on it as well, so, I don't know. We'll see how long we keep Porygon 2 on the team for. It is really bulky, which is nice, and it has a lot more attacking power than the Oranguru does, but I don't know. I do not know, guys. All these Pokemon aren't minimum speed either. Like I don't think the Milotic has 0 IVs in speed. The Porygon might not either, but I'm pretty sure the rest do. Toucannon should. Yeah, Toucannon does. So, we'll see how that ends up working out for us. The Toucannon, by the way, is Choice Banded. I was going back and forth on his 4th move, but it does have Brave Bird, it has Rock Blast, Bullet Seed, and then for the last move, I was using Steel Wing, but I never used it, and that was for the Tapus, so I switched it to Fury Attack, just because it's got Skill Link. Shh, this one does not have Skill Link. I gotta fix that before we start this episode again. But, in this Choice Banded, I also thought about running Tailwind Toucannon. I wasn't really getting it to work out, so maybe we can try it some other time. And then, what other move was I possibly looking at? U-Turn was possibly the other one. But yeah, then Thick Club, Marowak, Leftovers, Metagross, and then typical Hariyama. I am using Assault Vest Hariyama this time, just so I can live Moonblast from Tapu Lele. It doesn't live Psychic from, Moonblast from Tapu Fini. It does not live Psychic from Tapu Lele. I'm not sure I'm Moonblast yet. But we'll be right back, guys. I gotta fix my Toucannon. Gotta give him a little ability capsule. Alright, guys, so I fixed Toucannon. A few more words before you start. You can hear that there was that pause there. That's because I'm trying to swallow. My nodes, or lymph nodes, or whatever the crap they're called, at the back of your throat are swelling up right now. I think this just has to do with how much I've been working. It's making me susceptible to getting sick. So there it is again. Hopefully it doesn't make too much of an issue for the episode. I'm going to put some hot cider in my throat after this to hopefully put the swelling down. But I also don't expect this team to be too great. It's got all the components to a good Trick Room team other than Toucannon. But, yeah, I really don't like Porygon 2. I don't think it fits my playstyle well enough. And then, yeah, so we've had 2 battles before this. One lost the other. We lost the one because it was weird speed ties. Or, not speed ties. It was weird speeds on his Pokemon because they weren't min speed, but it was a Trick Room team. So, like, Araquanid was outspeeding my Marowak, and I didn't know that. Otherwise, I could have won. And then the second team was really cool. I really wanted to show it. But it didn't give me time to do an intro to the video. So if you guys want to see that, I did save it. So just let me know by hitting that like button down below and leaving a comment saying show us the battle. I'll be sure to get that up to you guys because it was really cool. It ended up working out pretty well for us. Not to spoil it too badly. But yeah. Also like and subscribe if you have not already, and we're gonna hop right into this one. They are checking the team, but I've already used it. It's good to go, boys. There's only one of every item. Everybody's good. Everybody's good. So we're sitting right under 1,600, actually. Wow, I didn't think we were that high up. I thought we had like 3 wins and 1 loss when I started, but apparently it was more than that. It was 7 and 1. So we have 1670 rated player Asano from Australia. Victoria, Australia, with Gyarados, Tapu Lele, Kartana, Drifblim, Garchomp, and Arcanine. So this is pretty much the hot commodity right now. Arcanine, Garchomp. Drift Blim's been really big lately. Tapu Lele, Kartana, and then Gyarados kind of gets splashed in there every once in a while. Usually it's somebody else. I can't remember who exactly, but every meta game's going to have that team where it's like, this is what everybody's using. So you can't really get around that. I think the Tapu Lele has Taunt, I can't remember, but I think we lead Porygon 2 anyway. Hariyama does not like this team. So he's going to lead Tapu Lele Drifblim. That's what they always do. So I could go Metagross lead and scare that Tapu Lele pretty badly. Who else should I bring? Who else should I bring to this festival? I think Melodic will be really good because there's the Arcanine, and then it's super effective against Arcanine Garchomp. Also, Gyarados can give us that boost. A boost, Toucannon really doesn't do anything here, so I'm going to bring Marowak for the Kartana. I really don't like when I can't bring Hariyama, but Hariyama really can't do anything against Tapu Lele. I mean, it can knock out Tapu Lele, but we have to get Trick Room up, and he's just going to get bodied dead before that, and you can't use Fake Out because of the Psychic Surge. Oh, look at this guy. He's so cute. That cute little pose. Alright. Tapu Lele Kartana actually lead off instead of the other thing. Drifblim. So, my Metagross isn't looking too hot here. I'm expecting Porygon 2 to get doubled into with a Psychic and a Sacred Sword, if not a Psychium D and a Sacred Sword. But I didn't see what I got the boost on. Oh, I can look. I forgot that they show you in this game. Got a +1 special attack, so that's not terrible. Do I expect to taunt and go for Ice Beam into Kartana? I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to Ice Beam the Kartana, and I'm going to Meteor Mash the Tapu Lele. Metagross should be safe from getting knocked out this turn. Going to withdraw the Tapu Lele, so I could have went for Trick or Mirror. Arcanine's going to come in, though. That's interesting. Because, I mean, the Intimidate's not going to help him at this point because I have Clear Body. That Clear Body. Sacred Sword is going to come out from Kartana. I'm assuming Porygon 2, yep, it does about 50%. Meteor Mash, going to be hitting the Arcanine, not going to be doing nearly as much. Oh, wow, that did more than I thought it would. Ice Beam into the Kartana. Almost out clean KO, but the Focus Sash, of course, does save him. So, obviously, Kartana can just knock me out with the Sacred Sword here. I can switch Porygon in for Marowak. And this Arcanine just kills my Metagross, right? Well, I could switch to Metagross for my Milotic. I'm going to double switch her up here. Typically not the best idea to double switch because that it puts you behind a turn because you get nothing off, but I think this is going to work out really well for us if my opponent's just going to attack what's in front of him, which I assume is what's going to happen. He might have doubled into the Porygon 2 just in case I switched, but this Marowak should be able to take anything. Yep, there's Sacred Sword. Flare Blitz into my Milotic. I mean, even if it's in a Marowak, it should take it pretty well. Into my Milotic. That's perfect. That Flare Blitz. Alright, so all I do here, I could Shadow Bone the Arcanine, and then I should just get rid of Kartana, right? Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of Kartana with the Shadow Bone, and then I'm going to protect my Milotic this turn. I expect Leaf Blade from Kartana. Oh, Kartana actually detects. Interesting. What is the Arcanine gonna do then? Arcanine protects. So he double protects here. I waste my protect on my Milotic. And then the Marowak is going to try and Shadow Bone the Kartana, but it's not going to do anything of use. So I'm going to Shadow Bone the Kartana once again. I don't know that my Milotic can take a Leaf Blade from Kartana is the only thing. I'm going to recover. I'm going to recover my Milotic just in case we can take a Leaf Blade. Then we'll be sitting at a fairly decent health. I 100% don't think Arcanine stays in here. I don't even know if the Kartana stays in here. He might double switch himself, which would mean I'm just a full health Milotic, which I don't mind. Oh, that's right, this Milotic has 200 HP. No, I prefer to be an odd HP. I mean, it doesn't really matter. In VGC, it doesn't matter as much to be an odd HP. That's typically going to be in singles when you're taking Stealth Rock damage, but, you know. My opponent, running out of time, it appears. Not making his moves in time. So Kartana does go for Leaf Blade into my Milotic. Don't get a critical hit. You son of a bitch. It doesn't even need a crit, so I should have switched into Metagross there, but I should be able to knock out Shadow Bone. Flare Blitz from the Arcanine. So I don't know if that's what he chose to do with Arcanine or not. I would think maybe not. But I do get this big Shadow Bone off with the Marowak. Bop. That'll take out the Kartana. Which doesn't necessarily put me in a better position than I would like to be, but, I mean, it's not terrible either. I'm going to bring in Porygon 2 here. Garchomp. No, not Garchomp. No, not Garchomp. Porygon 2 will come out. I think we just lose. Download for the attack. Because he just Tectonic Rages here, right? Into Porygon 2 to knock it out. Because I don't think he goes Protect on Arcanine this turn, because that doesn't knock out Porygon 2. So what we could do here, we could switch in Metagross for Porygon 2, let it go down to Tectonic Rage, but then Marowak really can't do anything. I think we have to try and make the play that he's going for Earthquake with his Garchomp, because he'll knock out his own Arcanine. Yeah, I don't know. I think he Tectonic Rages. Withdraws Arcanine for Tapu Lele. Did he Earthquake here or Tectonic Rage? That's the question. Because if he went for Earthquake, we should be Tectonic Raged. I mean, so if I'd switched in Metagross there, Metagross would have went down, and then the following turn he could have just Earthquaked again. So I don't know that we could have won either way. I think we were just boned there from that point. Yeah, because we won't take this. Shoot, dang. The weirdness finally disappears from the field. That didn't matter though at all. Metagross can come in. I mean, Metagross can take an Earthquake. Metagross can take an Earthquake. Marowak cannot take an Earthquake. But I assume he just protects Tapu Lele here. I'm gonna go for the double protect with the Marowak. Is Meteor Mash more effective or Zen Headbutt? Not effective. Base damage power. Base 90. It wouldn't knock out Garchomp, but we can always hope. Yeah, protect's gonna fail. Garchomp actually goes for Swords Dance. I could have just doubled into him and killed him here. Damn it. Tapu Lele goes for Psychic. That should knock out my Marowak though, so I wouldn't have even gotten it off. Yeah. It was a 50-50 call if he Earthquaked or Tectonic Rage. I had a high feeling that he would, but I mean, yeah, even if I had switched out Metagross for the Porygon 2, and he had Tectonic Rage to my Metagross, knocked it out, I would have brought back in Porygon 2, and then he could have just doubled into it the following turn, so it didn't really matter. We just had to hope that he didn't have Tectonic Rage at that point. Tapu Lele is going to protect here. I also protect. I'm just trying to get him to knock out his own Tapu Lele, essentially, is what's happening here. Just because I want to get that differential point, boy. Because we do lose, but if I can make it a 2-0 instead of a 3-0, that's a personal victory on my own behalf. I try and Meteor Mash the Garchomp. Beep. If he wants to prolong this, he can protect this turn. Or Swords Dance. I mean, Arcanine comes in and kills me. But as long as I connect with this Garchomp, I kill him. He's going to taunt, so I can't protect the following turn. Oh, not bad. Meteor Mash. Connects with Garchomp, so we do make this a 2-0 anyway. Boy. I mean, again, the Arcanine just comes in and kills me here. But we made it a 2-0. Yeah, he's got to have Flare Blitz on this Arcanine. And if he doesn't have Flare Blitz, he has Burn Up. So I mean, I'll Zen Headbutt here, just for funsies, to try and knock out the Arcanine. Which I could have Earthquake, because that's more accurate. I'm going to Earthquake. Again, I shouldn't live this turn, but if for some ungodly reason we do. Flare Blitz! Maybe he's like 0 attack or K9. There's no way, though. Holy shit, I lived. I mean, Tapu Lele knocks me out here, though. The berry. That berry from the Arcanine. That might actually make him live, too, if I even get the Squirk off, which I won't, because Moonblast will knock us out. Huh. Well, that's a good thing to know that Metagross lives at. I mean, I don't know what's his spread on the Arcanine, is the only thing, but... So, bring it down to a 2-0. So it's not as bad as it could have been. Things we could have done better. Not let Porygon 2 take that Sacred Sword. What happened that turn outside of that? Did Arcanine switch in? Or what did it do? What happened there? Also, not letting my Melodic take a Leaf Blade? Probably not the best idea there. Yeah, if Melodic hadn't taken the Leaf Blade, we would have had something to take on the Garchomp. So I think that was our biggest misplay. I definitely could have switched into Metagross there, which is what I was planning originally. So I don't know. Anyway, let's get another battle while I try not to choke on my own lymph nodes. Sorry, every time I talk, I hear a noise. I don't know if it's crickets or if it's a turtle. There's too many things in my room that can make noise. Porygon 2, Mimikyu, Snorlax, Hariyama, Araquanid, and Magnezone. Another Trick Room team. Hopefully, it's actually EV'd to be a Trick Room, or IV'd to be a Trick Room team, unlike the last person I battled against. Toucannon's not terrible here. There is a Magnezone, which we have to worry about, but we do have Marowak to take care of it. And Hariyama and Metagross can hit it as well. I do have to bring Hariyama because of the Snorlax. I don't necessarily have to bring my Porygon 2. I'm like chewing on my cord and talking, which isn't a great idea. I'm definitely going to lead Hariyama. I think we can lead Toucannon as well. I'm going to bring Marowak and Metagross. Yeah, let's bring Metagross. Let's bring the Meta. Yeah, I lead Hariyama and Toucannon, so I can fake something out and then blast the other thing with the Toucannon. I wouldn't be surprised if my opponent brings Hariyama Porygon 2 to lead. I typically try not to bring my own Trick Room when I'm battling other Trick Room people, just because I do have some faster Pokemon on my team. So I can kind of get around not having Trick Room. Mimikyu Hariyama is going to lead off for my opponent, so instead of Porygon 2, bringing that Mimikyu, which makes sense. It does make the sense. So I'm going to Heavy Slam into the Mimikyu. And my Toucannon, I'm going to try and Brave Bird this Hariyama. I expect Hariyama to fake out Toucannon, and then Mimikyu to Trick Room. And my Mimikyu might actually just straight up attack my Hariyama, so that could be bad, because it'll most likely knock me out. I'm not sure on EV spreads on Mimikyus. I'm not sure on EV spreads with Mimikyu, or not EV spreads, damage calcs, Mimikyus against Hariyamas, but I'm pretty sure they can take them out with the Play Rough max attack, maybe? I'm not sure. I am not sure. Hariyama is going to fake out onto Toucannon. Avi. Okay, his Mimikyu does not go for an attack this turn. He is going to set up Trick Room, which allows me to break his disguise with Heavy Slam, which should allow me to Heavy Slam him again on the following turn. And we're going to see Trick Room get set up from the Mimikyu as well. That's neat. Hariyama is carrying the Flame Herb. So I'm going to Heavy Slam the Mimikyu once again, and we're going to try and Brave Bird the Hariyama. Hariyama probably close combats the Toucannon. I don't know that Toucannon can take one, especially from a burned Hariyama, but it'd be cool if he could. Sorry. Cool if she could. Yeah, those crickets are definitely making noise. I thought I bought crickets that don't chirp. Well, that's annoying. Make sure they get eaten. Okay, my Hariyama is going to go first with a Heavy Slam. Is this enough to knock out Mimikyu? Please be so. Yes, there goes Mimikyu. Mimikyu. Thank you for making me the fastest Hariyama on the field. Close combat. Will connect with my own Hariyama. Does knock me out, but this does make sure that my Toucannon can get a knockout on the Hariyama, so Toucannon getting its first KO in the first episode. That's perfect for me. Hiya! But that does mean I'm Choice Banded into Brave Bird currently. I do have one more Pokemon to switch out into, so I can definitely do that here. But we're up 3-2 right now. Taking a ton of recoil damage, though, because of that. I can't remember the rest of my opponent's Pokemon. There was Snorlax, because he had Porygon 2, Mimikyu, Hariyama, Snorlax. So I'm guessing there will be a Snorlax in the back. What were the other two possible Pokemon you could have had? I think Marowak's going to be our best option, though. Because Metagross can switch into a lot more things, so if I need to switch out Toucannon, I'd rather switch into Metagross than Marowak. Or Araquanid and electric Pokemon, Magnezone. Which he probably didn't bring Magnezone, I would think. I would think he did not bring the Magnezone just because of the Marowak is the Hariyama. But then again, I had my... Oh, he did bring the Magnezone. I was going to say, because I do have Melodic and Toucannon, maybe he did bring Magnezone. But I bring in Marowak, which is perfect, and then what's Araquanid, which is not perfect. So I assume what happens here, Araquanid tries to attack my Marowak, so I protect it, and then the Magnezone tries to follow up by KOing the Toucannon, so I'm going to Brave Bird into the Araquanid, which, because of Lightning Rod, will pull away Thunderbolt. Now, a few things that could happen here. Flash Cannon, Toucannon instead of Thunderbolt, could be a thing. Araquanid attacking Toucannon, that's another thing. Wide Guard Araquanid with Discharge Magnezone. But I think Toucannon underspeeds Magnezone, if I remember correctly. So if he's smart, Araquanid will attack my Marowak. Whack. So Metagross wouldn't have been a terrible switching because I could have Earthquaked here, and then switched out Toucannon for Marowak. Yes, Liquidation into the Marowak. Toucannon go next. Yes, perfect. Brave Bird into the thing, Araquanid, which should KO it because Araquanid's defenses aren't too great. Plus for Choice Bandit, Toucannon just coming in clutch here, taking out two Pokemon, surviving that turn, and Magnezone going for the Thunderbolt. We called the correct play the obvious play. Yeah, there's a few plays my opponent could have gotten around what I just did there, but Marowak should be able to pick up the KO with the Bone Meringue. I'm going to switch in Metagross just to be safe. I can always bring in Toucannon later then, and it can't do anything to Magnezone, I just realized. Toucannon can do absolutely nothing to Magnezone, at least this one can't. It does one in Brick Break and Rock Smash, but I don't carry either of those, so maybe that would be a good last move for Toucannon instead of Fury Attack, Brick Break. I was carrying Fury Attack because then I could hit, what's it called? Friggin' Tapu Koko with a stab move that's not resisted, because Brave Bird's resisted. I mean, Bullet Seed and Rock Blast aren't either, but I was just thinking about stab. So I think I could give that up for Brick Break instead. But we do see my opponent forfeit, and that all depends on how many Magnezones we're seeing, because really that's the only Pokemon we have to worry about using Brick Break on. I mean, I guess it'd be good for other Steel types, like Kartana, but Brave Bird's already going to be hitting that so hard. I don't know. We'll think about it. But anyway, guys, those are going to be our two battles for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this, again, be sure to hit that like and subscribe if you have not already. Also, leave suggestions down below, like, what do you think about Brick Break over Fury Attack on the Toucannon? Let me know in the comment section below. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Stay sharp, everyone.